80% of music is made off of the same chord progressions reused over and over again, but it really does add some tension instead of just playing this. Yo, what's up guys, it's YoungJody. Today I'm going to be showing you the last loop, sample, whatever you want to call them, the last tutorial that you're ever going to need. But yeah, as you guys know, I'm part of Team Produce Crate. We have the highest quality drum kits, sample kits, analog lab banks, preset banks, you know, whatever you can think of. You guys are going to be seeing me use some of the kits that we have on Producer Crate, and that's actually tip 1 to part of the tutorial is better sound selection. I used to keep making samples and wonder why my samples would sound mid compared to everybody else's that sounded really good. I was like, these people can consistently make great sounding samples and I just consistently make mid sounding samples, but every time that I changed up my sounds is when I always leveled up the way that my stuff was sounding. And it makes sense. It's the same way, like if you're cooking food and you use higher quality ingredients to make the food, it's going to taste better. So I'm telling you right now, if you have terrible sounds, and you most likely do if they're generic or overused or you hear them everywhere, I recommend you guys go to Producer Crate. We got free and paid kits, tons of fire. But another fire tip that I'm going to give you is also check on Reddit. There are huge stash kits, multi kits, one shot kits, just all over the place on there. Honestly, some of my best sounds have come from Reddit. But yeah, for this next tip, I'm going to be teaching you how to make chords for any musical composition, whether it be dance hall beats, melodic beats, pain beats, whatever you're working on that involves regular chords. So this next clip that I'm using was supposed to be for a Lil Durk and J. Cole All My Life tutorial. Now, as I was recording this, I decided to make this video instead. So if you hear me refer to that song inside of that clip, that's what I'm talking about. I've played piano my whole life, but I literally just memorized sheet music, so it didn't actually teach me anything about technique, anything about how to create my own music, and how to improvise. All of that was self-taught, but I'm about to teach it to you right now. So as you can see, my scale highlighting is always set to A minor, and it's on all of the white notes. So it's highlighting all of the white notes, all the white over here that I'm scrubbing on, that is all highlighted. Yo, this is YoungJody from the future. Something I forgot to mention is the purpose of me setting all my notes to white notes is that I can improvise whatever I want, and I really won't be out of key at all because I'm just playing white notes. So it doesn't add no confusion of no black notes. I won't accidentally play something out of key. If you don't understand piano, this makes it extremely easy to play the piano. So I'm going to break down a basic minor chord. This is a minor chord right here. You start on the bass note, which is A, and you just skip one of the highlighted notes. So you just put it there, skip it, and then boom. Some people do this. Bring it up, extend it, and you're going to see a pattern, but I usually do this in all of my midis. I take 2 notes to be bass notes, and then I put a chord at the top. That's usually how I layer my stuff for depth. And as you can see, I did a variation of it here. We're looking over here, and now we're looking over here. Boom. In the pitch down version, actually, you can see it pretty exactly with the top note chopped off. And you know, honestly, that's pretty much what I do. Nowadays, when I do my loops, I just play on the piano because I know, you know, my little A minor trick, AO pause. But honestly, this one was made off of me just messing around and then going into tools. As soon as I played it, I was like, all right, bet, dump the score log, 2 minutes. Yeah, I kind of just exposed myself. I did record that little clip just for the YouTube video. But yeah, in the moment, I was just messing around playing the piano and then all of a sudden just dump the score log. And that's how I do 99% of my loops. So yeah, that's the basics of a chord and how you make a chord. Now, in terms of making your own progression, I can't really teach you how to do that. Most of this stuff is just do what sounds good, and honestly 80% of music is made off of the same chord progressions reused over and over again. So honestly, mostly I would just recommend rinse and repeat. Now, one tip that I can give you is looking up chord progressions online. That's kind of like a cheat sheet, but you'll literally just be able to copy and paste these chords over until you really develop your own way of doing it. That's actually a fire idea. But yeah, me personally nowadays, I like to just mess around on my keyboard and just record in whatever I play. Yo, something else I forgot to mention is we also got MIDI kits on Producer Crate. You can check those out down below in the description. So these here are not traditional chords that I probably would lay down. This was really more because I just kind of played it on the spot. It was more of a in the moment type of thing, but it really does add some tension instead of just playing this. But yes, I would definitely experiment with moving some of these notes up and down. Alright, let's pull up another FLP. I got more of a dark one, but it has nice chords that we can really break down. Oh yeah. So here is the sample that we're going to be breaking down. So we're really going to go over the piano because it's really the foundation of the chords. I'm gonna delete these grayed out notes for you, and we're gonna bring this down an octave. Like I said before, we got 2 bass notes and then the start of the chord, and then we just brought it up to the C, which is the bass note. Like I was saying before, like I'm just really extending the chord out. Now these notes are really just filler for bounce. I don't like to make any of my stems soloed. I like to play everything all together, because honestly, if I played this soloed, I probably would have deleted these notes. But yeah, let's play it. Very simple. It's just the same notes being played over and over again. Now let me bring it down to A so you can see it highlighted correctly. You notice that we got another note here. This is probably just a note that I heard in my head. I'm telling you, don't overthink this stuff. Just do whatever sounds good. Ah, okay, that makes sense. So the chord actually changes. It's like a Metro Boomin type of thing. But yeah, you're just going to see the other stems are just a variation of what I played before. Little top notes. These were done probably last. So I want to mute those. And then I just did this because this is kind of just carrying the whole song right now. It's kind of like really holding the whole thing together, you know? Yep, same thing here. Let's put some reverb to space it out. Get a halftime on there. I just generally put a lot of effects just to manipulate the sound. I just have personal favorites that I usually go to, so on me in my head, I know what I want to put on next. But over trial and error, you'll just learn naturally. And the same with the banks, you'll build up a collection of banks too. I hate how it's clipping, bro. It's clipping so hard. Perfect. That worked. Alright, let me explain what I did. I just basically glitched it out. But I dropped it down 16 decibels and I brought it right back up after the portal because this thing was distorting everything. That's why it looks confusing, but that's what I did. And then this is just an EQ because I was trying to make it stop clipping. Water break. I would be using the new nuclear kit by Tri-Freeze and Max Shooter. Once I saw this go up on Producer Crit, I had to go get it. You guys are gonna see this kit is insanely fire. But yeah, I definitely recommend this kit. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh, what the? Alright, so I finished the loop. So I'm just gonna run you guys through what I did because I know when I cook up, I don't say much. But the reverb really is just a super quick way to make your sound more full. So usually I'll put this on when I don't think something sounds full enough or it doesn't take up enough space. Portal is just really good for manipulating any type of sounds. Plus it usually sounds super unique and each preset sounds different. So it's not like Crystallizer that sounds the same every single time. Halftime is really good because it makes your sample sound much better. I always throw at least 1 halftime on chains like this. Sometimes I'll throw 2. You saw me mess with this effect. This just makes it turn off at the end of the 1-bar loop. The chorus just adds space. It also changes the sound signature a bit. You can see I turned it down a little bit. Then a tremolator for the volume ramping and it's panning around. But that's pretty much it. I usually save chains like this and I'll reuse them later, but they're all pretty much the same. Now this is a perfect segue into the final part of making samples, which is EQing and mastering. So I always do a cut that usually ends around 150 hertz and 200 hertz, and I just cut the bass right after the intro. As you can see, my arrangement has like a hook and a verse over here. It's really just meant to be cut the intro off and then you copy and paste this part, but the bass cuts where you would actually put the drums at. And then of course you turn it off for the stems. After that it goes into the master chain. I got a preset, but I'll reset it for you. So these are all default levels. I just looped the loudest part of the loop, so for this one it's the intro. I got a 20 hertz, 18,000 hertz cut, and then I also use this to adjust the volume for my grammar tape. So I usually want this peaking around just -3. After that I go to the fresh air. I don't like to put too much on this because it makes too much static. Then I put a compressor on with 25% mix. I just put the attack all the way up and pulled the release all the way down, and then I just try to make this hit at number 4. And that just holds the levels down a bit. After that, I set the sample to -9 to -6 decibels. So that's what that should be hitting right there. And that's pretty much it. This is before and after. I tried to game match it to accurately represent the mix. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. This video took a lot of time, so following me on Instagram and dropping a sub down below would mean a lot to me. That's really all I ask. I literally just taught you a whole music theory and mixing course for free, so I would appreciate that a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Started out as a goat, but I'm more like a wolf cause I'm eating. People say I'm a little conceited, but that's just because they don't see what I'm seeing. I'm the big top dog, so I really don't like when the lame niggas speak when I'm speaking. I went back to the block and I made triple profit this week, it ain't even the